and welcome back to my channel. This week I am doing another whole palette challenge with my friend Jessica, who is MsAdventuresinMakeup.blogspot.com. Link will be down below. If you're not familiar with the whole palette challenge, we did one last month with the Too Faced chocolate bar palette. I will have that link down below also. But what we decided to do is take on a palette, and we have to use every shade in that palette for the week, or everything that's in the palette, because some palettes have other steps other than eyeshadows. So we take on the palette, we have to use everything within it within a week, and I'm going to film a little bit every day showing you the look that I came up with, letting you know what I used. I can't talk today. Letting you know what I used, and in the end I will give you my final review on the palette itself. So Jessica will be doing the same thing. She's going to take on the palette as well. And she will have a blog post, and she will post pictures she'll post one blog, but she will have pictures that she takes every day of the looks that she creates. Last month was really fun because neither of us had any similar or of the same looks. We used totally different ones. So this month we decided to take on TheBalm's Rockstar palette, Balm Jovi palette. I don't know what they refer to. Balm Jovi Rockstar palette. Looks like this. This retails for $39.50 on TheBalm.com's website. You can also purchase this on Haute Look. I've seen it on there quite a few times. That's actually where I got mine. And I know Kohl's is selling it, Ulta sells it, I'm pretty sure Sephora sells it. So you can get it. It's available. It's out there for you. So we decided to take this palette on. We have to use everything within it in a week. And today is day one. So I'm gonna let you know what I use, and then I will zoom you in so you can kind of see a close-up of the look I came up with. Now, this palette has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 eyeshadows. So you have 12 eyeshadows here. They're kind of broken up where these are like metal or metallic more so eyeshadows. In the center here are mattes, and then over here are more like a sheen or shimmer, but not like glittery. Like these ones on this side tend to be more glittery, and they all have really awesome names, like all kind of musical type names. Down here you have two face products. You have a luminizer, so like a highlight color in Disco Disco. You have a blush in the shade Pop Pop, and then when you fold this down here, you get two cream products that they say can be used for cheek or lip, and these are in the shades Millie and Vanilla. And then up top here, I don't want to blind you guys, is a heart-shaped mirror. So in today's look, what I did, and I was a little bit all over the place. I didn't know what I wanted my first look to be, so I kind of just dove in, and I took a mix here. I dipped my brush into these two shades here, which is Adagio and Allegro, and this is like a cream and then like a camel tan, both matte. So I kind of dipped my brush back and forth into them, blended that into the crease, and then I decided to take this Blink 1982, which is kind of, what kind of shade are you? I don't want to say taupe, it's like a dusty lavender with a hint of gold shimmer in it. That's what I'm going to go with. And I just took a little dab of that and just dabbed that into the crease as well, just to give a little bit of a different color than a brown. I also primed my eyelids. I just want to say that I primed my eyelids with Wet n Wild, and I also used the Maybelline Color Tattoo and Barely Branded because I went in with gold. So I like that. I used that to enhance the gold. Okay. Lost focus. Then I took the shade Iron Maid-in, which is this gold shade here, and I applied that to, I didn't do the inner corner, but from the two-thirds out, I tapped that all onto the eyelid, pressing that in. Then I took this top silvery shade here, which is, it's Metal-ica, so it's supposed to be like Metal-ica, so Metal-ica shade there, and I pressed that into the inner corner. Then I took this matte deep brown shade here in Presto, and I applied that to the outer corner and then blended that into the crease as well. I used Adagio, which is that cream color by itself, as a brow bone highlight. And then I took Presto and Allegro, which is these two colors. I did a lot, huh? I took these two colors here, and I just blended them on the lower lash line. I did use Disco Disco as my highlight, and I did use Pop Pop as my blush today. I did not use any of these in this look. Everything else that is on my face for the day will be listed down below. I will have it broken down day by day, so you can see what foundation or what mascara, what eyeliner I'm using as well. So this is today's look. I'm going to zoom you guys in so you can get a closer look, and then I'll see you tomorrow. kind of a slicked back look. I just did not feel like doing my hair today, so I apologize for this. And I have a very monochromatic look today. I kind of went with the same tone throughout my eyes, cheeks, and lips. So everything that's on my face and like my mascara, eyeliner, and everything will be listed down below. I'm just gonna go over what I used from the Balm Jovi palette on my eyes. So first I took this Blink 1982, which is a really pretty color. It's kind of a dusty lavender type color with some shimmer in it, but the shimmer doesn't really show. I took that on a fluffy brush, blended that into the crease. Then I took this Third Eye Blinded down here, which is just kind of a pinky, a soft pink champagne kind of color, and I put that all over the end all over the lid with a flat eyeshadow brush. And then I took this shade here, which is Alice Copper. It's this beautiful burgundy color. It's like a plummy burgundy color, and those are the 3 shades all together there, and they just pair so beautifully together. And I put that in the outer corner and blended that into the crease. I also took that Alice Copper and Blink 1982 and smudged that on the lower lash line just to give a little bit of color down there. And to finish the look, I just took this Adagio, which is the matte cream shade in here, and put that on the brow bone. I did also on my face today take this lip and cheek color in Millie, which is this like lighter color here. It's like a mauve tone, and I took that on my e.l.f. small stipple brush and just stippled that onto my cheeks for a little wash of color on there. So like I said, everything else that I used on my face, my foundation, my eyeliner, mascara, and lips will be listed in the down bar below under day 2. And I'm gonna zoom you guys in for a closer look of this eye look I created. Crazy hair. I apologize. I have it setting. I have curled it, so I have it setting right now, and I just didn't know if I would have time to film this after I got it all out because I have somewhere to be tonight. So yeah, excuse the hair. So today I did a little bit of a smokier kind of look because I do have somewhere to be tonight, and it's Friday night, so I just wanted to go a little bit bolder than more of the kind of neutral looks that I've been doing. So what I did was I took this Allegro, which is this matte camel brown, and I put that into the crease first, and then I took this REM, which is a really pretty lavender type shade, and I started with that all over the lid because I just at first didn't know what I was going to do. But then I took this Moderato, which is like this deep plum color here, and I put that on the outer third and the inner third, and I left like the center blank. Blah. I left the center blank. And the REM was kind of popping through a little bit, but I wanted it to pop a little bit more. So I took a mix of the Third Eye Blinded and the Disco Disco. So I took these 2 here, and I kind of dabbed my finger on both of them and then pressed that into the center of the eyelid to kind of make it pop a little bit more. And then I took my blending brush into both the Moderato and the REM, and I just kind of went back and forth into it and then like really tapped it off and then blended that into the crease. So I did a lot of kind of swapping around of colors. Of course, I used Adagio as my brow bone highlight because it's the only matte cream in here. And then I did take this Blink 1982 and just really softly kind of blended it right above my crease to kind of give a transition from the Allegro to the Adagio. I hope that makes sense. I also took Moderato and REM on a, what kind of brush? Just like a flat shader, kind of, not a flat shader. I took it on like a Sonia Kashuk brush. It was just like, where are you? I can't find it, but it was like what I used on my lower lash line. So I took the both of those on there, and I kind of just blended it out on the lower lash line. Not to do like really smoky, but just to kind of add some of that purple under there. So I'm pretty happy with the way it came out. I really like it. I did also use Millie on my cheeks again, and I actually did top it with Pop Pop just a little bit, just to get a little bit more staying power. And then I did use the Disco Disco as my face highlight today. The rest of my face products will be listed down below, including foundation, eyeliner. I have no lip product on right now because I'm in the middle of getting ready, but everything else will be listed down below, and I'm going to zoom you in for a closer look at day 3's look. Here we go. this was me finishing up things that I haven't used, and I apologize for my voice. I've been sick all week, so this is from the last time I filmed. It's been a week since I was able to like put makeup on and get out of bed. So I had 2 things left in this palette to use that I hadn't used, and today was like the worst day for me to try to use them because I have to go to work today, and the color I had left was the Stroke, which is a really beautiful color. It's like this navy, like dark blue with like gold, not gold, but it's got sparkle in it. It's not gold at all. It's like blue, like a brighter blue kind of shimmer in it. And this would be beautiful, I think, for a smoky eye, but I am going to work today, and so I can't, or not I can't, but I didn't want to do a really dramatic heavy smoky eye because it's the middle of the day. It's actually morning right now. And the other thing I had left to use was Vanilla down here, which is the lip and cheek stain, which is a little bit darker, like a reddish tone. So I was looking at that and I was like, that's all I have left to do. What am I going to do with these 2 really bold colors when I feel sick and you know, don't really want anything too dramatic on? Well, what I decided to do was I took a mix of Adagio and Allegro, which is these 2 matte colors here. I've used these every single day, and I took a mix. I just went my brush back and forth in them and just wiped that in the crease a little bit. And then I took this really pretty shade. This is, I think, one of my favorites, Third Eye Blinded, down here. And I put that all over the lid. And then I took a small angle brush, just like this, and I went into the Stroke, and I used that as my liner today. I didn't use any other kind of mechanical or gel liner or anything. I just used that along the lash line, and I was really impressed with it because it went on really smoothly. Like, it wasn't patchy, it didn't tug, nothing like that, but it really made a nice line on my lashes. So I really liked that. And then I decided I wasn't going to do it on the lower lash line, but I decided to put it under there also. And then I took a mix of Presto and Moderato, which was this like plummy shade and this matte brown, and I took just my brush back and forth in those and then just put that in the outer corner and blended it in, and then Adagio as my brow bone highlight, as it has been every day. I took Millie, which is the lighter of the lip, and I keep saying lip and cheek. Guys, I'm sick. I took the lighter of the 2 lip and cheek stains, and I put that on first, and then I topped it with Pop Pop with Disco Disco as my highlight. And then I did use a lip brush to apply Vanilla all over the lips. And it's a pretty kind of strawberry red. It's not like a bright red, but it's like a strawberry kind of red, and it is really pretty on the lips. I don't find it to be ultra hydrating or anything like that, but it does, you know, it does give a good coat. So this is today's look. I will zoom you in so you can get a closer look at it. And what I'm going to do is, I'm actually, when I come back from work tonight, I'm going to do a smoky eye with this Stroke color because I don't think I'm doing it quite as much justice as it deserves by just being a liner. So when I come home tonight, I will film again, which this is all going to be one video for you guys, so it doesn't even matter. But I am going to do another look just to make that like a really dramatic smoky eye because I don't have that going on. So yeah, so stay tuned. Look with the Balm Jovi palette. I want to say that it's day 5, but I'm not totally sure because, to be honest, I was sick for a few days, so I kind of got off track of putting makeup on in general. So I think this is day 5, whatever, it doesn't matter. This is my last look, and in the previous look I mentioned that the final color I had to use was the Stroke, and when I used it in that look is I just used it as an eyeliner, but I wanted to really kind of smoke it out and do a dramatic look, which is what I did here. This look is different than anything I think I've ever done on my channel. I don't think I've ever done anything kind of very dramatic, and I feel like this is kind of like a glamorous look, like with my hair slicked like this, and I probably should have curled it, but I ran out of time. So I really love the look that I came up with here, and I just kind of wanted to show the versatility of this palette. So just to kind of go over what I did today is I used a lot. I went into a lot here. And if you want to see a tutorial on this look, give this video a thumbs up and I will be sure to do that. So for this look, I took Adagio, which is the matte cream shade, and I first just took that on a brush and just put it all over from the lash line all the way up to the brow bone. I then started with Third Eye Blinded, which is this pinky shade, and I started with that in the crease kind of a little bit fluffier in the above the crease type area. And then I went in with Blink 1982, and I kind of did that a little bit lower, leaving the Third Eye Blinded kind of higher. And then I went deeper into the crease with Allegro here, which is the matte kind of camel brown shade. And then what I did is I took the stroke, which is kind of the star of this look, and I started by patting that on the outer corner and then fluffing it into towards the corner of my eye. And then in the inner corner of my eye, I have Metal-ica, this silver shade, as like an inner corner in there. And then it was really just a lot of like placing and blending over the eye, because I didn't want to just have this deep blue color all over the lid. I wanted it to kind of blend and like flow together. Then I also, on the lower lash line, on a small angle brush, I took the stroke and I kind of just concentrated that on the outer part of my outer part of my lower lash line. And then I went in again with a mix of Allegro, Blink 1982, and Third Eye Blinded to finish it off, and then kind of blend it to smoke it out a little bit. So I hope that all makes sense. Like I said, if you want to see a tutorial on this look, give this video a thumbs up. I also went in and used Vanilla, which was the last thing that I had to use in here. And I used that as my blush today, using this e.l.f. small stipple brush. And I applied that on my brush. I applied that as my blush on my cheek. And it's super pigmented, so I did have to, you can see my hand here, I had to like dot it on my hand before I went directly to my cheek. And even with that, a couple times it was so pigmented that I took my foundation brush over it. I again used Disco Disco as my cheekbone highlight, and then I used, excuse me, I used the shade Millie, which is this shade here, on my lips to finish the look. So I'm going to zoom you guys in for a closer look at this look I created, and then I'm going to give you my final thoughts on the product. Let's talk final thoughts on TheBalm's Rockstar Balm Jovi palette. I really enjoyed doing this challenge because there were definitely some shades in here that intimidated me, like the stroke, and I ended up loving this look that I came up with. Like, I want to go on a date right now with my husband to like wear this look out so I don't have to just like wash this off when I'm done. But I really ended up liking a lot of the shades in here. I really like the blush and the highlight in here. And here's my thing. Gonna be real with you. I think these are great. I like them on the cheeks. I love this on the lips. It actually feels really nice on the lips. It almost has like a matte to it. And it's that like muted kind of pink, like a very nice nude. And I really like it. My problem is when you wear this as a lip color, this is what you have to put in your purse to touch it up. And you will have to touch it up. So that to me is just so frustrating. I would almost rather this have come in like lipstick form with it in a tube as opposed to being in the palette like this, because just for reapplication purposes, if you're out on the town and you have like a little clutch bag, you can't put this in to touch it up. For me, where I work, I can't carry this in my pocket to be able to touch up my lipstick. And you know, any of the lipstick I can keep in my pocket, but this I can't. So I would have rathered that they almost put a bronzer here instead, and then maybe make this one more so than this one. I like this one a little bit more, but make this one like in a lipstick form or a lip gloss or something like that that came with it. And TheBalm has a great bronzer. Bahama Mama is one of my favorites, and I did use that today actually. So I almost wish they would have included that in here, and that would have just made the palette so much more fantastic. What I really love, to keep it on a positive note, is that they do put this flap over the cream products. And I think that that's genius, because you do have powder products up here. There is going to be fallout from them. So it keeps these protected so that you don't get any of the powder in there, which kind of messes with the cream product. So I think that that's genius that they do that, since they do have the cream products here. It's just that the cream products aren't exactly my favorite, and I love this color. I love this color on the lips. I love this on the cheeks, but I just think it would have been better in like a stick form, and they would have put the bronzer in here.
as opposed to that. So that's kind of my review there. As far as the shadows go, they're pretty good. There was some decent pigmentation to a lot of them. There was a couple of duds, but nothing that really stuck out to me. This Metal-ica, it swatches really well, but when I apply it, it just wasn't what I wanted out of it. So I was a little disappointed with that. But most of the other shades I was really, really happy with, but these are super powdery. Like, I mean, I got a lot of kickback from them when I put my brush in them, and even today I made sure to do my eyes first just because I knew I was working with a heavier color and I knew there would be fallout, and there was. It wasn't a lot, but there was some fallout from it, so I did just you know, have to like clean that off before I did the rest of my face. And then, which I was surprised about, is there's actually a lot of fallout with the blush. And I really like this blush, but even just swirling my finger in it, you can see it's almost kind of chalky. So, I don't know if you guys can see, but in there, and then the same kind of thing with the highlight. And I kind of think it's almost because they're really soft that you get like a lot, I don't know how to describe it, but I think because the powders are really soft, that a lot of it kind of stirs up when you're putting your brush in there. But all in all, I really like this palette. I do think this is a really nice kind of travel palette, you know, for all of us who travel the world. I don't travel anywhere, but I do think that this is a nice palette because you can get a variety of different looks, from nudes to really glamorous to kind of different purples or pinkish or greens, and I really, really liked it. So definitely enjoyed this challenge with my friend Jessica. I'm so excited to see what look she created because her and I tend to go in totally different directions. So I am going to have her link down below, MsAdventuresinBlogspot.com. Pretty sure. And I will have that link down below. Be sure to check her out, tell her I sent you over to her, and see what looks Jessica created. Okay guys, so that is it for this challenge. Thumbs up if you want to see a tutorial on this kind of glamorous, dramatic look. And stay tuned. I'm not sure when our next challenge will be. It'll probably be next month. We'll see what happens. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!